So what I'd like you to do is just stand up for a minute, please. I want you to jump 3 times with your hands up in the air. It just gets our blood going. Okay? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay? Feel good? Wait, one more you can. Thank you. You may have a seat.
Don't hurt yourself, man. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, you see, my husband and I, back in the 90s, went to see Tony Robbins. You know, that motivational speaker? And each time the energy level in the room would drop and we'd be falling asleep, we had to get up and jump, 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 more than 3 times until we were awake again. So it helps. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. And, you know, since early March, you've been coming to the Christian Life program. How many of you know how to play basketball or like basketball? Good, good. I'm glad. Now, did you know that those NBA players that we admire and we cheer on actually only learn 3 fundamentals to basketball that we all could learn ourselves? They just practiced, dedicated their time, used their talents, just had this dedication to do well, to be able to play at that level that they're at. 3 fundamentals. That's dribble, pass, and shoot. Dribble, pass, shoot. So let's relate that to our spiritual life, especially during this Christian Life program. We started March 11th with our orientation. Some of you were there. You may not have known why you were coming. You were invited or asked to come, right? So you dribbled to St. Celcilia and you sat in the seat, right? You passed the ball to the speaker, which I believe was Brother Toffee, right? Yeah. So he took the pass. He took the ball, right? And he gave you an overview of what the Christian Life program is going to be like. For those of you who weren't there, and maybe your first talk was talk 1 or talk 2, same thing. You dribbled to St. Celcilia, you sat in the seat, passed the ball. Lo and behold, you saw Brother Toffee again. Talk number 1, right? He was there a couple times. Okay? So each time you were dribbling to where you needed to be, and we commend you for that. I believe that your dribbling probably got better over time. Now in our spiritual life, we dribble at different playing levels or skill levels. Some of us are just learning how to dribble. Some of us have intermediate skills in our spiritual life where we could do some tricks. We dribble, we go under here, some of us are more advanced. We go back, do fancy stuff with our dribbling. Because in our spiritual life, maybe we're pretty close to the Lord already. Right? So we know how to dribble pretty well. Okay? So, on a side note, I've been volunteer teaching religious education for little kids for 8 years now. In the past 6 years, I've been so blessed to teach 2nd graders. And I love it because 2nd graders are preparing for 2 sacraments. First penance, right, and First Holy Communion. And I love active participation, and my students know that. They get rewards for participating. And you would be surprised at how many kids will want to participate because I hand them a piece of paper with a picture of a fish. And they believe me that twice a year, they will accumulate these pieces of paper with a picture of a fish that represents Christianity, and they're going to be able to buy prizes with it. Okay? But one of the first questions, or a few of the first questions that I asked my class, and these, mind you, are 7-year-olds. They're young kids. I asked them, time out of the 6 years I've taught, they look at me, Mrs. Maria, I don't know, or they'll have some good answers, right? Now, I love participation, and I know that you know why we're here. So raise your hand if you know why we're here. I mean, okay, so it's great. We have family, we have friends, there's love in our life and all this. Kids love playing video games. They think that's their purpose in life, or to play sports. But why did God create us? Why are we here? What's our goal? What's our end goal? You guys have to know this. Only a couple times did my students know the answer. So what do you think? I think you know that.
No pressure.
Okay, that's good. To use our free will to get closer to Him. I'll take that. Good. What else? Why are we here? What is our end goal? Why did God put us here? For what? What's our goal? Let I think you know.
I volunteered to attend CLP. I volunteered my family. I believe we were called to
To love Him, to serve Him. Excellent. I still want to take it up another notch. Why? What is our goal? Why are we loving and serving? Why? What's our end goal? Don't be shy. Melissa, do you know?
Yes. To be with Him in His eternal kingdom.
Yes! Yes, that's it! Eternally in God's heavenly kingdom. By loving and serving others, our goal in life should be that we're so focused on God, loving and serving others, we want to be in heaven with Him for eternity. Yes?
Yes.
Did you just learn something? Yes, okay. All right. So, going back to basketball in our spiritual life, when we play basketball, when we dribble, we pass, and we shoot, our goal as basketball players is to make the most baskets, right? To score the most points, to win the game. Take that to our spiritual life, okay? You're dribbling, you're passing, you want to be able to shoot baskets, as many as you can, to reach our end goal, which is to win the championship, to win the spiritual lotto, to be in heaven for eternity. In heaven forever with God, where there's no sadness, no sickness, no jealousy, no physical pain, no emotional hurt, no death, an end to all that. Could you just imagine that? We probably cannot, but that's what we're striving for. Okay? So you dribbled week after week. Most of the time you're able to make it. If you didn't, you probably dribbled in front of your computer, you turned on that YouTube, and you watched the video of the talk that you missed. Hopefully you did that. Okay? So each time you came, you passed the ball to the speaker, or we even asked you to dribble and have a one-on-one, pass it to the facilitator, passed it back to you, you dribbled back home, and week after week you're coming. So tonight, we asked you to dribble here, and you did. Thank you for coming. And we passed the ball to Brother Jeff. He gave you top number 10. Okay? He's going to pass that ball to me. one nearly 30 years ago in Manila, Philippines, with just 16 couples. And it was similar to this. Christian couples were gathered in an informal setting, having discussions about their faith. So we would gather like this. So almost 30 years later, the last data I looked at, we're in 124 countries. Membership is at least 1 million and growing. And the way we grow is through holding Christian life programs like this one that you've been attending. And this is going on, these Christian life programs, not only at St. Cecilia, it's at other parishes all over the place, sometimes at the same time. Okay? Now, Couples for Christ has ministries for family members other than couples, and these all started in 1993. So it's for the whole family, for everybody. Kids for Christ for the young kids, Youth for Christ for teenagers, Singles for Christ, obviously for those who are single, not married yet, then Handmaids of the Lord, Servants of the Lord. So CFC is a womb-to-tomb ministry. What are we called to do? Now we have a statement of mission and a statement of philosophy. Now a statement of mission basically states our fundamental purpose. Why do we exist? Why does Couples for Christ exist? And I need, let's see, 6 basketball players. So I'm going to call you up, 6 basketball players. I need Margaret, Kavika, Omar, Melissa, Anne, Frank, and Jared. Can you please come up?
There's the basketball team. That's 70.
Wow, look at these basketball players. Just six. I'll call you up next, okay? So you're going to hold the ball, Frank. And we have 6 statements in our mission. So we're going to go in order. Once you read your statement, pass the ball to your team player. And stay up here until the end, please. So we're going to go in order. So Frank, statement number 1. Yes.
You're living in a time of rapid change. Everything is changing: social values, relationships, economic systems, ideologies, and many other things that affect life in general. Caught in this type of change is the family. Some futurists predict that the time is coming when the family shall be totally irrelevant and unnecessary in a world that is dominated by technological change. In some parts of the world, family no longer operates like it used to. We see this as a matter of serious importance.
Thank you. Please pass the ball to Anne.
Trick move. Trick move.
Statement of mission number 2. In the modern world, man is learning to band together for mutual protection. There are certain partisan guilds, trade unions, various business associations, all organized to protect and uphold common interests.